Okay, so we're looking at reeds that were in the mason bee houses as early as May, and the female bees chose a reed and laid like 6 to 8 eggs in each.
Each reed has a sealed end. It comes like that. They seal it off, and that's the mud end that the bee put in there. That one's a hard one. I don't want to do that for the video here. So you open up the reed.
So these are like bamboo reeds. So these mimic what the bees would be doing in nature, either in an old plant reed or in our stone patio wall or just anywhere in nature where there's a tight space. So that's an actual
cocoon.
Bee cocoon.
And that could be bee feces or dirt or something that we're gonna wash off.
So what did that one had, like 8 or 10?
Yeah.
Cocoons, and these are ones we did earlier that shows the pollen. That orange is pollen that the female bee deposited. Let's get a picture of that.
Look at that one.
Yeah, so
it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there.
And but there's some on the other side.
I know.
So she builds a little wall in between each cocoon and deposits pollen balls, so when the bees hatch, they have something to eat. And then they would, if we had not done this, or if this had happened in nature, they would just chew their way out in the spring. And they hatch pretty early in May, like after the temperatures in the 50s, I think.
Yes. Consistently in the 50s.
Consistently in the 50s up here in southern New Hampshire. What are you looking at? Wow, that's a good one. So let me just get a close-up. And the reason we're doing this is because there are parasitic wasps that will try to...
And mites and other predators that might hurt these over winter.
Mites, okay.
So these are going to be washed and then put in a container and then put in the refrigerator to mimic a consistent winter.
Okay.
And then over the winter they're gestating, they're developing, and by spring they'll be ready to emerge and come out into the warmer weather and fly away.
And that's when you then take them down and put them in the little top of the bee house.
Right.
And we've watched them in the spring hatch and immediately fly looking for pollen, and then they come back and start the process all over. We'll put new reeds in, and the females will pick a reed and start laying their eggs. This is a great harvest. Last year you had what, like 6?
Yes, I think so.
So this is a big improvement.
I don't know what made the difference. Boy, some of them are really hard to open and others are
So then
simple.
These are now, next year, will be native New Hampshire bees, mason bees, that are super pollinators for the garden. And we have been very careful to add early spring blooming plants to the garden, so there'll be pollen and nectar when they become active in May. Early May here in New Hampshire, there's not a whole lot blooming. And the bees will only travel about a 300-foot radius, correct? I think. Somewhere around 300 feet.
I'd have to check.
Yeah.
Wow, there's
They don't
a good
go
one.
very far at all. Oh, that's a good one.
See how there's a mud wall, a cocoon, a mud wall, cocoon, and so on, right down the line.
Okay, good harvest.
See you in the spring.
All right, once these are all done, we're going to go in and be given a bath or something and then put away for the winter.
Right.